looking real good, just like it should. Yeah, looking real good.
Ano ba? Hi. How you doing tonight? All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that we are recording this show tonight, so have a good time. Oh, look, flags. Can I have one? Thank you. You see these things? These are really pretty nice. Hope we have a lot of these things left after the election. I want to introduce you to the members of our rocking teenage combo tonight. Ike Willis on guitar and vocals. Tommy Mars on keyboards. David Logan on drums. Arthur Barrow on bass. And Ray White on guitar and vocals. Okay, you ready?
Pure Leaf Zero Sugar. All the flavor, 0 calories. Time for Pure Leaf. Cosmo. Her outfit's cute, right?
Oh, yes. Perfectly preppy. She must get her style from you.
And it's more grunge in high school.
This girl is easy to be. I see her on the street. See through house in a tiny little dress. A man easy, easy, easy me. Easy, easy, easy me. Easy, 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 easy. Now, before I play this thing, I gotta tune it up because I broke a string a minute ago. So talk amongst yourselves.
What the fuck? Ah! Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
No matter what I
So fucking ignorant.
Finding the right business tool was hard until I found QuickBooks. Every task that burned me out, like matching business transactions, taken care of. More time for my catering business to grow. For a limited time, get 90% off QuickBooks Online, Advanced, and Payroll for 3 months. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/now to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty.
Been
So you're
outside,
protected for good.
fucking wind
We're in your
blowing.
neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 50%. Visit leaffilter.com/now. That's leaffilter.com/now.
We're going with that.
The city's exclusive negotiating deal with the team ended last week. The council will have public hearings on the stadium deal next week. Checking your money, the Dow today closing down 19 points and NASDAQ finishing up 78. Traffic and weather next.
Hey, it's Matt, your Leaf Filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/now to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/now. That's leaffilter.com/now.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe, hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside.
Secret
and
2-minute trick.
Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus.
Yeah, I got 3
You
people
can check it out
watching.
at
I'm one of them.
crystalflush.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe, and then it spread and got really bad. His toes.
Vegas is boring.
It was so embarrassing. He was
Somewhat.
afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflush.com. It was the only thing that
Fucker.
worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is
Made.
It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflush.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free, so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflush.com. Visit.
Here's Carlos Ramirez in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Dramatic delays all over town. The northbound side of 95 is slow from Lorton all the way up towards the Springfield interchange. If you're making your way on the inner loop, you're slow from Van Dorn Street all the way up towards the Little River Turnpike. Outer loop jammed up from the Dulles Soul Road down towards Braddock Road. Southeast Southwest Freeway slow in both directions towards the 3rd Street Tunnel. Southbound 295 slow from the Suitland Parkway down towards the Beltway. Interloop of the Beltway, the early crash on the Wilson Bridge is gone, but you still got delays back towards St. Barnabas Road. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Our temperatures will fall through the 80s into the 70s this evening. We're in the 60s overnight with just a few passing clouds. Tomorrow, a beautiful day around 85 degrees with lots of sunshine. I'm 7 News meteorologist Steve Rubin, the First Alert Weather Center.
Right now, 85 degrees in Lorton, 84 in Tacoma Park, and 87 degrees here in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
The underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Mark Levin here. Our number 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. Hope you had a good weekend. Man, oh man, the Shepherds. Lots going on out there, America. And we will get into all of it. We're going to have two special guests during this program. We're going to have Matt Taibbi, who's going to walk us through what Tulsi Gabbard found as the director of National Intelligence. That's next hour. And in hour 3, Zuhdi Jasser, we're going to talk about what's going on in Syria and the fact that we have an individual who's an envoy to Syria, Turkey, and Lebanon, a guy by the name of Tom Barak, who in my view is a disaster. In my view, he should be fired. A complete disaster. And I'll get to that later. You've never heard of him, and I will explain why he's a disaster. And part of it has to do with the fact that I got a video about 90 minutes ago. And I opened this video, and I shouldn't have opened it because it's very upsetting. And I'm not going to tell you who gave it to me. And it was a video of a Syrian terrorist who I believe is part of the Syrian army. With his covered face, his face covered, surrounded with other, and this individual was surrounded by others of his sort. Fairly young man, thrown to the ground. And while he was alive, they carved out his heart. It is now an image that I can never erase from my mind. Just a civilian who they grabbed. And this guy cut out his heart, pulled it out of his chest, and held it up for everybody to see. Now, the other day, the Israelis, who have a significant Jews or Arab Christians. That's what they are. They've been around thousands of years. And the Syrian army and the Bedouins and others, ISIS is still there in some form under a different name, are trying to ethnically cleanse the Jews, eliminate them. The video that is out there about how they're slaughtering people in hospitals, doctors, and so it's hard to stomach. So the Israelis have come to their defense. The Israelis have a significant Jewish population on the border with Syria, around the Golan Heights. Some 700,000, give or take. And they've been asked by the Jewish community to please help. There's not another country on the face of the earth that's helping. None. And so the Israelis have been helping. Their air force has gone in there. They have warned the Syrians. This regime is led by a former ISIS leader who worked with Al-Qaeda, who has said that he's now reformed and is now backed by a number of Arab countries, including Qatar and Saudi Arabia and the UAE. But the Syrian army is involved in these slaughters. And so people are saying, what the hell's going on here? I thought we lifted all these sanctions. So I'm getting into it now, obviously. We lifted all these sanctions to give them a shot at the request of the Saudis and the Qataris. And so the Israelis have come to the defense of these people. Nobody else has. And there was some kind of an arrangement that had been made where the Syrians would pull back and they'd pull back these terrorists. But that's been broken. And so we've an envoy. I don't know who this guy is, but Zuhdi Jasser does, and we'll get into this in hour 3. His name is Tom Barak, or Barak, Barrack. I don't know this for a fact, but I believe he's one of the great leakers that we have, and there's 2 others who I think I know who they are too. But if I'm wrong, so be it. It's just a surmise on my part, given the nature of the leaks to Axios and given what's said substantively. But he's not the only one. And if he's not the one, so be it. But it really doesn't matter, does it? Because he went on the record with the Associated Press. And you know who he condemned, Mr. Producer? The Israelis. The Israelis are making it more, quote-unquote, complicated, because they're defending the Jews who are being slaughtered in a genocidal, ethnic attack, war, terrorist invasion, whatever you want to call it, trying to wipe them out, and in the most horrendous ways, going into their hospitals and slaughtering their doctors and their nurses and the patients, kidnapping the babies. They have video of it online. These are animals. Just like the animals who attacked the Israelis on October 7th. Same mindset. These are people that come out of the ISIS, terrorist mindset. Now they have different names. Now they're part of the Syrian government. So people are wondering what exactly is going on here. And the head of Syria is an ISIS, or was an ISIS mass murder, torture. And what does he say? Well, the Jews started it. The Jews don't have enough people. They don't have enough weapons. They don't have anything to start anything. He's a liar. He's a terrorist. But my focus is on this guy, Barak, Tom Barak. The idea that the one country that is stepping in to try and protect these people is making the situation, quote unquote, complicated is sickening. And if you saw what I saw in this video, carving out a heart in another person's chest. And this poor guy, he was thin. There was nothing to him. And they grab him and they do it. And what they're doing to people there, and for our envoy to talk about how matters are being complicated because the Israelis are trying to defend these people and help these people, how sick is that? His ass should be fired, in my humble opinion. I don't know who he is. I don't know his connection. I don't know anything about him. I don't need to. Sick. And of course, the Syrians and the ISIS wannabes, they hear this guy criticizing the one country that's trying to defend the Jews, the Christian Arabs. And what do they take from it? Motivation. That's what they take from it. Motivation. Sick. Sick. I won't even post this. It's so grotesque. I won't post it. You have to take my word for it. Tulsi Gabbard has released information that is stunningly unbelievable. Now, it's believable in the sense that we kind of knew this, but this connects all the dots. And we're going to have Matt Taibbi on. He's quite good. In hour 2, editor of Racket.News, to discuss this with us. When we come back, I want to remind you of something. This is very important that this information is coming out. Very important. Some people are dismissing it, Democrats, a couple of legal analysts, but of course, we don't care if they dismiss it or not. We think for ourselves here that Obama was in fact behind this. That the senior ranks of the Obama regime knew exactly what it was doing. It was trying to take out Donald Trump from the get-go. Yours truly told you this from the get-go. But we're going to get into this a little bit now, more with Taibbi in hour 2. But I still want to get into this when we return. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news.
Voting delays all over town. Northbound 95 slow from 123 all the way up towards the Springfield interchange. The inner loop still slow from St. Barnabas Road to the Wilson Bridge. Earlier crash on the bridge cleared. Southbound 295 slow from the Sealand Parkway to the Beltway. Southeast-Southwest Freeway jammed up in both directions headed towards the 3rd Street Tunnel. Be patient there. Outer loop jammed up from the Dulles Toll Road down towards the Springfield interchange. Inner loop slow towards Georgia Avenue. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 67. Tomorrow, sunny, high near 85.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you got to hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflush.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe, and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflush.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflush.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free, so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflush.com.
I'm Taylor, 32, and I'm a catering chef. They say the way to someone's heart is through their stomach, but for me, it's with the right business tools, like QuickBooks. As a chef, I can handle the heat, but I need features that help automate tasks like invoicing and take care of my to-dos. I'm done starting from scratch with how I run my business. With QuickBooks, business growth is always on the menu. For a limited time, get 90% off QuickBooks Online, Advanced, and Payroll for 3 months. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/now to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty, so you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/now. That's refilter.com/now.
Message from the National Police Association. It used to be that any able-bodied person would offer to assist a police officer in danger. Now, passers-by are more likely to take a video. There's a better use for your phone when an officer's in trouble. Call 911. Tell the operator where you are and what you see. Then, start your video to provide evidence later. To learn more about how you can assist law enforcement, visit nationalpolice.org. That's nationalpolice.org.
Girls and boys in poverty around the world are dreaming of a better life and a brighter future. Children International and friends like you are giving these children a chance to achieve their dreams by ensuring that they have access to healthcare, education, life skills, and more, so they can grow, thrive, and believe in themselves. Learn more about Children International and join us in our life-changing work at children.org.
I'm telling you right now, they just do some such stupid shit. There's a handle in there. And, we're collecting information on Billy Hayden. Oh, he's a pedo. You fucking, I guess I could block it on my other, They don't dare come in here. They don't dare come in here.
To save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out.
They fucking block me, and they make other accounts, and they sit there and they run their suck fuck. They won't come on the panel or nothing. They're out there disrespecting Rocky Goldman. Oh, Rocky Goldman must like pedos. Oh, Billy's a pedo. Fuck you, JC, you stupid fucking bitch. I fucking hate you, bitch, JC, and it's all out. Fuck you. Never ever will I be friendly with you again, JC. Never.
Call 800-995-4766. Again, 800-995-4766. WMAL, making sense of world events, because those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Amazon has lowered the price of On Power, my new book, which comes out next Tuesday. Those of you who've already purchased it, pre-ordered from Amazon, you will get the new lower discount when they even things out. And as they lower it more, you will get even a lower discount. I guess it's a higher discount, lower price for the book. And so they've lowered it by 27%. So the book is $27 retail, but you can now get it for $19.58. And I want to strongly encourage you to jump in now while you can get it at the lower price. Again, it's under $20. Seriously, that's a pretty darn good value at Amazon.com. And I want to remind you, we're going to have a whole rollout starting on Friday. And we're going to have three wonderful events at the Reagan Library. And also Saturday, August 2nd, 1 p.m. at Books and Greetings, located in Northvale Square, Northvale, New Jersey. You don't want to miss that. And the next Saturday, August 9th at 10 a.m., these are all Eastern time, Barnes & Noble, a brand new Barnes & Noble, the Spectrum at Reston Town Center in Reston, Virginia. We have these on our sites. You want to check them out. We'd love to see you. We'd love to have you. Those of you who think you're not going to be there, you really got to jump in and pre-order now. The pre-orders are really doing exceptionally well right now. And that's why they've lowered the price and increased the discount. That's what they do. Look, Amazon's about moving books. Amazon is about quantity. That's what they're about. Quantity. Move it. And the more books you move, they lower the price, so it even moves more. They try and take advantage of a hot spot. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. And your price may even go lower. You never know. So let me read you this piece. And again, in about an hour, we're going to have Matt Taibbi here. He will explain in detail the documents that were released by Tulsi Gabbard. But this is from our buddy Joel Pollack and at Breitbart, one of the great sites. It really is. It's just a fantastic. And Alex Marlowe's done a fantastic job there. Friday's revelations by Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard that outgoing Obama administration officials created the Russia collusion hoax, vindicated earlier reporting by broadcaster Mark Levin and Breitbart News. Now, we've been vindicated about 4 billion times, but this is very important. These are actual documents out of the government. On Friday, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence released documents showing, quote, overwhelming evidence that demonstrates how, after President Trump won the 2016 election against Hillary Clinton, President Obama and his national security cabinet members manufactured and politicized intelligence to lay the groundwork for what was essentially a years-long coup against President Trump. Exactly what I told you folks here in early March 2017, over 8 years ago. The new allegation that emerges from the documents is that senior Obama officials defied existing intel assessments that suggested Russia had not interfered meaningfully in the 2016 election and prepared new assessments to suggest that it had done so, quote, based on information that was known by those involved to be manufactured, that is, the Steele dossier, or deemed as not credible, said the Office of the Director of National Intel in this statement on Friday. The revelations add weight to the hypothesis first proposed by Mark Levin on March 3, 2017, based on publicly available news reports that President Barack Obama had taken steps to undermine his successor. You remember that. I went after one exhibit after another. Breitbart News summarized Levin's argument under the headline, Mark Levin to Congress, investigate Obama's silent coup versus Trump. Breitbart News reported, and kudos to Breitbart. They were there. They ran with the story and supported the effort. So the news story at the time, they wrote, in summary, the Obama administration sought and eventually obtained authorization to eavesdrop on the Trump campaign. This is from many years ago. Continued monitoring the Trump team even when no evidence of wrongdoing was found. Then relaxed the NSA rules to allow evidence to be shared widely within the government, virtually ensuring that the information, including the conversations of private citizens, would be leaked to the media. These were my conclusions as written up by Breitbart. Levin called the effort a silent coup by the Obama administration and demanded that it be investigated. In addition, Levin castigated Republicans in Congress for focusing their attention on Trump and Attorney General Sessions rather than Obama. Now, when President Trump referred to the allegations the next day that Obama had his wiretap, quote unquote, the mainstream media, the source for Levin's claimed Trump was spouting a conspiracy theory. The Washington Post said that Trump was citing no evidence to support his explosive allegation. CNN ran a headline implicating Levin and Breitbart in a story by Brian Stelter. Quote, birth of a conspiracy theory, how Trump's wiretap claim got started. The story has since apparently been pulled from CNN's website. But the conspiracy turned out to be true. It was vindicated later in March 2017 by then Representative Devin Nunes, who revealed the members of the outgoing administration had unmasked Americans in intelligence wiretaps. And it goes on. You might want to read it. We've linked to it. I want to pursue this a little bit further, and then we will wait till hour 2 to talk to Matt Taibbi about the information that's been revealed. But you'll remember that. You were with me, America. March 3rd, 2017, right behind this desk, we exposed it. And we didn't have access to government information.
WMAL.
Hello, folks. Mark Levin here. I wanted to tell you about my new book, On Power. I really hope you'll grab your copy. Why did I write this book? Because the role of power in our lives, society, and government is not discussed properly. The philosophical and the practical. So I take you on a journey from the early civilizations to the modern republics of the West, where power has been used to liberate and oppress, to reward and exploit, and to build and destroy. We have focused on liberty and rights as the core to understanding human nature. But I argue here, power determines the manner and extent to which both are manifested in our lives and society generally, and the character of the law and government in which people either flourish or suffer. Folks, you're going to love this book. It's going to reveal a whole lot. Please grab your copy. On Power, Amazon.com, and any retail store that has books. God bless you.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington. A Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Heather Curtis. Montgomery County firefighters need your help catching an arsonist. The fire department says fires that burned a van, truck, and the outside of the former Country Boy Market in the Glenmont Shopping Center early this morning were intentionally set. Nobody was hurt, but the flames caused $30,000 in damage. No word on motive. Kilmar Abrego Garcia will be spending another month in a Tennessee jail. The DOJ and his attorneys agreed to keep him there for 30 days as his legal team tries to prevent him from being deported a second time while awaiting trial on human smuggling charges. This as a Maryland judge continues to weigh a request by his attorneys to have him released to Maryland. Up next, traffic and weather. Here's Carlos Ramirez in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
No relief of these delays on the Beltway. Outer Loop is a mess from the Dulles Toll Road down towards the Little River Turnpike. Northbound 95 looks rough from Lorton Road all the way up towards the Springfield interchange. Southbound not much better if you're headed down towards Woodbridge. Inner and outer loop of the Beltway slow towards the Wilson Bridge. Southbound 295 slow from the Suitland Parkway to the Beltway. Southeast-southwest freeway jam-packed in both directions headed towards the 3rd Street Tunnel. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly clear, low around 67. Tomorrow, sunny, high with 85. Right now, 86 degrees in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis, Sun News Talk 105.9 WM.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/now to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/now. That's leaffilter.com/now.
Finding the right business tool was hard until I found QuickBooks. Every task that burned me out, like matching business transactions, taken care of. More time for my catering business to grow. For a limited time, get 90% off QuickBooks Online, Advanced, and Payroll for 3 months. Terms and conditions apply.
The USO stands with service members every step of the way. On base, USO centers bring military families together. Overseas, care packages remind those who serve that they're never alone. Entertainment brings moments of joy, and transition programs guide the way forward. Learn more at USO.org. The USO is not part of the U.S. Department of Defense and is a standalone 501c3 nonprofit organization serving active military service members.
Treating systemic mastocytosis can be complex, but you don't have to navigate it alone. The SM Provider Peer Directory offers a way to connect with experienced peers and gain valuable insights into patient care. Explore a network of healthcare professionals who are willing to share their medical experience treating patients with systemic mastocytosis. Visit smdirectory.com to learn more. This message is brought to you by Blueprint Medicines.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
WMAL, more than just politics, because laughter is the best medicine. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Mark Levin, tough as hell.
That's why I like Mark Levin. And I'm not sure a lot of people like him. He's tough as hell. But I like him. I love him.
Call in now. 877-381-3811.
I love him too. He's so funny. It's hilarious. And when I broke this story here, behind this microphone, I think it was a Thursday, and then Sunday we're on Fox and Friends Sunday, and our friend Pete Hegseth interviewed me, and then Monday night our buddy Hannity interviewed me. The story went viral. The story was, and I had one exhibit after another, leaks to the media of what was taking place, and I concluded that Obama and his administration were trying to take out Donald Trump that they had used the intelligence agencies and federal law enforcement, the FBI. They were planning stories. They were smearing the president, and it was a silent coup. And I urged Congress to investigate, starting with Obama and so forth and so on. Now, what's odd is the media, almost like a chorus line, and you know how they are, the Pravda, Al Jazeera, American media, they said I had no evidence. And yet, ladies and gentlemen, I was using their stories. They were writing stories about what was being leaked to them. And it just so happened as I was doing prep that Thursday and pulling together the story, I said, wait a minute, and I saw a pattern. And then I went back and I started to get stories from 6-8 weeks earlier and worked from that point forward to the time of the broadcast in early March. And it became obvious to me that the leaks from as a former justice official, I could tell that the information had to be coming from the FBI and the CIA and other agencies, because I had to deal with information that came out of these agencies. And I said so. And I started to put it together, one piece after another, and I've played this for you, I think 3 times over the years. I'm not going to play it again. Well, maybe later this week, maybe not. But the media started to attack me for concocting a conspiracy theory when I'm using their reported stories. The New York Times, a perfect example. The Washington Post, perfect example. McClatchy, other wire services, other news platforms. There were no opinion pieces, no opinion at all. All these quote-unquote news reports. But the reaction was fierce. And I can count on 3 fingers people who came to my defense in this industry. Most of them were scared to.
For various conservative outlets, most prominently perhaps radio host Mark Levin, who seemed to take 3 basic chunks of information and combine them into one conspiracy theory of what he calls a silent coup.
And on the conservative Breitbart website, which Friday highlighted a conspiracy-loving radio talk show host, Mark Levin.
Now, the story asserted that Obama has been trying to undermine Trump at every turn. As you can see from the headline, it was inspired by a Thursday night radio segment by conservative talk show host Mark Levin.
Apparently, this idea came from right-wing radio host.
Wait a minute, what was that? Is that Stephen Colbert? The late Stephen Colbert? Isn't it funny how I outlast all these guys? The guy from ABC is gone. Stelter's essentially gone. This guy Colbert is gone. Think about it. Go ahead.
Mark Levin, who ranted about these wiretaps on his radio show. That show was then written up by Breitbart as Mark Levin to Congress investigate Obama's silent coup versus Trump.
What does the White House gain by the president by Steve Bannon most likely handing the president of the United States a Breitbart article and talking about what a rabid right-wing talk show host has been theorizing?
Start with firebrand conservative radio host Mark Levin. Briefly, for people who don't know, who is he?
He's got quite a following, and he's not just a conservative figure, but often espousing relatively radical positions about the need to reinvent the Constitution and the government in ways in which we think about society.
The notion that Mark Levin is a news outlet. It's not the New York Times. It's not the Washington Post. It's not the Wall Street Journal. It's not the LA Times. It's not a major news network. It's Mark Levin, a guy who, I know what talk radio guys do, on left and right, mostly on right. They rile people up with outrageous charges, and nobody keeps count of them. But here's the President of the United States getting his information from these people.
Evidence for suggesting President Obama has committed a crime seems pretty thin.
The detailed speculation from a conspiracy-loving talk show host, Mark Levin.
Okay. I think we can now officially declare that Trump has a worse media diet than the son of Sam Killer. And he got all his news from a talking dog who told him to murder.
And it went on. Funny, isn't it? Funny, isn't it? And that's why this information, not by the government itself, it's been out there, but now it's official. It's certified, if you will. And really what we should have taken away from that March 3rd, 2017, and the response to it by the very media outlets that wrote the stories, is what was to come. And we didn't know about the Hunter laptop, but it was treated the same way, as were other things. The 51 so-called spooks who signed a letter saying the Hunter laptop was a Russian plant. And they do this all the time, don't they? But that was really the pinnacle that revealed to us, those of you who have been listening to this program, what was to come and what the media had become. Now, the media had always been very poor, certainly during my lifetime, but it got worse and worse, and that was the pinnacle. Because Donald Trump wasn't supposed to win in 2016, according to them. And so the fact that he did win, they did everything they could to take him out. And after this phony Russia collusion thing, the 2 impeachments, criminal investigation, all these things they did to try and undermine his presidency and so forth, that March 3rd, 2017 broadcast, which really ought to go down in the Hall of Fame, if they even keep broadcasts in the Hall of Fame, was the key to everything. It was the key to the fact that all the instrumentalities of the federal government were being used against Donald Trump. And one of the things I pointed out, that Joel Pollack points out in his piece today, is something that nobody else was talking about. That Obama changed the distribution chain of intelligence to include far more departments and agencies, because he wanted the information to leak. And it did. Leaks were coming out of the Department of Justice, the FBI. Leaks were coming out of the intelligence agencies, the Director of National Intel's office, and also the CIA. This was a all-hands, all-government effort. And then you might remember the meeting that Obama had in the Oval Office, and Biden was there, and the acting attorney general was there, and Comey was there, and some of the others were there. I focused in heavily on that as the days went on. And it was a conspiracy to take out Donald Trump. And one day we'll see the conspiracy with the White House, the Department of Justice, the FBI, Jack Smith, the DA in Atlanta, the other DAs, the other U.S. attorneys, others, the DA in Manhattan, to take out Donald Trump. All behind the scenes, all under the radar. And then they ask you to prove it. I had proven it. I used their articles. I used their stories. I could be wrong. I seem to remember there were 11 of them, Mr. Producer, that I highlighted. There could have been 25, but I highlighted 11 of them. This word wiretap, which they eventually used to mock the president and me. Oh, wiretap. We don't use wiretaps anymore. The problem was it was in the headline of the New York Times story, and luckily we kept it. I made a hard copy of everything I used, just because I knew what sleazeballs I was dealing with. That's what took place. So, it'll be very interesting to hear from Matt Taibbi in the second hour as he's gone through some of these documents, or maybe most of them. And keep something else in mind. I bet you they destroyed a lot too. I'll bet you they did. And I'll bet you they've destroyed a lot of information related to the prosecutions of Donald Trump this second go-round. I'll bet they have. And I hope over at DOJ they're looking to see if any of that occurred, because that would be a crime in and of itself. If they destroyed classified information or abused it, they're not president of the United States, who has independent constitutional authority. Anybody inferior to the president does not have that kind of authority. And also there's the Presidential Records Act and so forth. I've got to believe that they didn't keep everything in place. Don't you think, Mr. Producer? I would think so too. I just don't believe it. Yeah. So this was a massive scandal. It does make Watergate look like a joke, or these other scandals look like a joke. So this was the first attempt to take out Trump in his first term. And then, of course, we have the second attempt to destroy him as he was preparing to run for president a second time, was running a second time, and was elected a second time. Many of the same forces in the Biden regime trying to take out Donald Trump. That's why I say we need to step back, see the things this man has done for this country. Look what he's done in 6 months. It's spectacular. Look what he's gone through, these assassination attempts, these efforts by the federal government under the Democrats to destroy him. Nobody could withstand this. Nobody else could withstand this. Nobody. And that's why this Epstein stuff, it goes on and on and on, although I notice it's dying out. It's starting to die out. It was going to die out anyway. He's turned his back on MAGA. Oh, he stabbed us in the back. Ah, shut up, you phony influencers. You de-influencers. Grifters. Con men and women. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news. Your phone has a lot of apps, but how many of them help you make sense of your world? The new WMAL app gives you the latest headlines, perspective from the voices you trust, and weather info to keep you in the know, all without having to remember yet another password.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Stream your favorite shows, get the day's top headlines, and access our podcast archives, all with the new WMAL app.
Thank you.
Get the WMAL app today on Google Play or the Apple App Store, and stay connected.
Inner loop of the Beltway is now dealing with a crash near 295. Looks like at least 2 lanes are blocked there on the left-hand side, so be ready for delays back towards St. Barnabas Road. Southeast-Southwest Freeway slow, both directions headed towards the 3rd Street Tunnel, especially if you're coming inbound from Virginia. Very slow there. Outer loop slow, headed past 66 down towards the Little River Turnpike, and the inner loop is crowded, headed past 355. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 67. Tomorrow, sunny, high near 85.
You didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like the just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky high sales stacking, champion of checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/now to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty, so you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/now. That's leaffilter.com/now.
Finding the right business tool was hard until I found QuickBooks. Every task that burned me out, like matching business transactions, taken care of. More time for my catering business to grow. For a limited time, get 90% off QuickBooks Online, Advanced, and Payroll for 3 months. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Matt, your Leaf Filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/now to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty, so you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/now. That's leaffilter.com/now.
And neither does Children International. To learn more, go to children.org/help today.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. If you're over 50 and tired of your wireless bill getting higher and higher, there are 4 things to consider. 1, how much data are you really using? As we get older, we use less data on our wireless phone, but you're probably still paying for an unlimited plan that was designed for 20-somethings. 2, if you see Get a Phone on Us, get your sneakers out and run the other way. No one is giving you a free phone. You are paying for that phone over time with an overpriced rate plan and a long-term commitment. 3, check the fine print on that $15 a month plan. It's probably an intro price that'll double or triple later. You might even have to pay for several months of service up front. Number 4, be aware of cable company wireless plans. Most of your usage will be on Wi-Fi instead of 5G, and your calls and battery life could suffer. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide service without the big wireless bill. Our plans start at just $20 a month.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Making sense of your world.
Thanks for taking my call.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Greatly appreciated.
Making sense of the news. WMAL. Making sense of education. Because what's happening in your kid's school matters. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Have you heard this special envoy, this Tom Barak, told the Associated Press, Israel's intervention in Syria creates another very confusing chapter. It came at a very bad time. I notice he doesn't discuss what Israel was doing. What was Israel doing, special envoy? What was Israel doing? And what were they doing? Now, this is pretty grotesque, ladies and gentlemen, very grotesque. And I think this special envoy should be called before Congress, and members of Congress should ask the special envoy about his comments. He's got quite a latitude there, Turkey, Lebanon, and Syria, doing a fantastic job. He's engaged, I'm reading from AP, in ceasefire efforts to halt sectarian violence in Syria that broke out last week and triggered an Israeli intervention on behalf of Syria's minority Druze community. A ceasefire was announced July 18th. Now, as I go through this AP story, I don't see chapter and verse about the genocide that's taking place, the ethnic cleansing against the Druze. Why is that, AP? Why is that? Why didn't you write that? And why hasn't Mr. Barak, if he's the special envoy, why isn't he mentioned that he's very concerned about the ethnic cleansing efforts against the Druze minority in Syria? How come he didn't say anything? Or say anything very, aggressively? Says the opposite. Now, if the Israelis hadn't gone in there and tried to put an end to this, more and more of those Druze would have been slaughtered. So, I mean, seriously, folks? Seriously? Does anybody know who this guy Barak is? Barak, whatever? No. Nobody's ever heard of him. Well, I'm going to make him famous or infamous. When you see genocide like this, it does help to speak out, especially when you're the envoy. I'm sure the Secretary of State Rubio must agree with me, although I haven't heard from him. Sure, he must, right? Right, America? Maybe our Vice President, sure he agrees with me. President? NSA, yeah? Sure. I mean, it seems to me we lifted sanctions on Syria. Should they at least respond by not slaughtering the Druze? It's not just the Druze. They're slaughtering Christians generally. Incredible. Incredible. The Druze minority in Israel is deeply respected for its service to the state. It's really, like I said, there's a significant population of Druze in Israel. And it's very interesting. They keep talking about apartheid in Israel. The Druze are Arab Christians. They hold all kinds of positions in the state of Israel. Other Arabs hold all kinds of positions in the state of Israel. as do people of all other faiths, including Arab Muslims. Netanyahu said the strikes were launched to prevent the militarization of Syrian forces on Israel's northern border and to protect the brothers of our brothers, the Druze in the Druze mountain. So why aren't we condemning Syria, America? I mean, here's Christians being slaughtered, right? Yeah. So I don't know how you broker peace and broker ties and the interim Syrian government and so forth if they're slaughtering people. This guy who runs Syria, he's got past ties with Al-Qaeda and ISIS in senior positions. And Al-Qaeda and ISIS seek to ethnically eliminate the Druze. Well, then why are they doing it? Yeah. Yep. This guy, Barak. Next thing you know, he'll wind up on, Carlson's show. That's just my guess. I don't know. I think that's where all the envoys go, isn't it, Mr. Producer? I won't give him ideas. You're right. You ever want to turn off the news and ignore politics? I get it. It can be overwhelming. You need a break. We all need a break. Yeah. But you can't take a long break because you're a citizen. If you take a long break, there's other people who will fill the void, who do not believe in our country. And so knowing the Constitution and the Declaration as the base for listening to the news and watching the news is very, very important. That's why I'm so excited that Hillsdale College is offering a brand new free online course called The Federalist. The Federalist Papers were written primarily by Madison and Hamilton, two of the great founders. And the third had a more minor role, was John Jay. As I've told you, he was the first Chief Justice of the United States, appointed by Washington. Together, they explain how the United States Constitution established a government strong enough to secure the rights of citizens and safe enough to wield that power. Hillsdale's online course on the Federalist includes 10 lectures, each about 30 minutes long, and you can take the course at your own pace. There's no cost to sign up. Go right to levinforhillsdale.com to enroll. That's LEVIN for Hillsdale.com. Again, no cost. It's easy to get started. You're going to love these courses. You take them as you wish.
Hey, it's Matt, your Leaf Filter Trusted Pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/now to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty, so you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/now. That's leaffilter.com/now.
Do you know QuickBooks Online can help you streamline much more of your business finances? With your financial accounts and apps in one place, you can easily see where your business stands. You can automate tedious tasks, run your business on the go with the mobile app, and get insights to make confident business decisions. Get all the financial tools you need all in one place for clearer financial visibility. Learn more about growing your business and get 90% off QuickBooks Online for 3 months. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 7. I'm Heather Curtis. A former FBI agent faces up to 122 years in prison after being found guilty of raping 3 women he lured to his Gaithersburg tattoo studio. Eduardo Valdivia offered the women free tattoos and promised them modeling contracts to promote his work.
He selected systematically vulnerable, unsophisticated young girls.
Montgomery County State's Attorney John McCarthy.
This is one of the most dastardly, evil, schemed crimes I've seen in 40 years.
He says they'll be seeking the maximum penalty when Valdivia is sentenced in October. Maryland's workforce decreased by 8,500 jobs last month.
I'm sitting here typing one-handed. I'm not even trying.
Numbers from the Federal Bureau of Labor Statistics show that 3,500 federal workers in
There, Colt Lajuro. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm a grown man. I get kicked out of the Navy for drugs. That's for sure. Like Kevin Channel did. That's right. Kevin's Channel pulled a, what's his name there? Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden got caught twice using cocaine. That's a level 1 drug. It'd only take one offense one time. You'd lose your Airedale pin. You'd lose your Dolphins. Yeah. So I take it you're on Logical's team there, Booty Bandit. Huh? I'm not Jewish, and I don't live in Israel. And I'm not the president of the United States. I don't get to make those decisions. And you're complaining to the wrong person. It's like Rum with Bunny Buns. Bunny asked him to drop the flag. Of course, Rum's going to fight it. Why you want me to do it? What Palestine do to you? Does it remind you of your evil government? My name is Rum. Rusty, your boy Rum is next. I'm sick of that fucker disparaging America. He's out there making videos of me, Rusty, trying to get famous. Hey, Rum, why don't you get out from underneath Rusty's dress and come up here? No?
After being pulled into the ocean by a current, he was 54.
You're chicken shit, Wiggin.
Hey, if this sounds very familiar, it's probably time for your shingles shot. Yep. If you're 50 or older, protect yourself from shingles, a painful rash that can last for weeks and even cause nerve damage. Shingrix vaccine is 97% effective, and it's available. See your provider or pharmacist.
Hey, JC, I don't think Rusty wants you to have me. I don't think she wants you to have me. I realize you think you own me. You feel it's your position to decide that I need to change. Sorry, I ain't bending your way, bitch. You got something to say to me, JC? You're fucking live right now. I know you are. I ain't watching you. It's the same old fucking crap over your place. Yeah, who you denigrating today, JC? You're no Don Rickles, that's for sure. Neither are your fucking chatters. And neither are you, Dwayne Allman. That's a line from Cheers. It's a line from Seinfeld. It's a show about nothing. Everything I say really means nothing. Even though I call you a pedophile. Yeah, Wiggin, You're about as interesting as a fucking wart on my pecker, which I don't have. I have a pecker, but no wart. I used to have a wart a long time ago. It went away right there on my knuckle.
Southeast Southwest Freeway slow, both directions headed towards the 3rd Street tunnel, especially if you're coming inbound from Virginia.
Imagine someone like Wiggin telling me to quit poisoning myself.
Turnpike and the inner loop is crowded, headed past 355. Now from garage door.
Wow. That girlfriend of yours is a fucking lush. You get that fucking liquid courage in her, and she's just fucking.
We're in the 60s overnight with just a few passing clouds. Tomorrow, beautiful day around 85 degrees with lots of sunshine. I'm 7 News meteorologist Steve Rubin, the First Alert Weather Center.
Right now, 84 degrees in Lorton, 83 in Tacoma Park, and 86 degrees here in Washington. I'm Heather Curtis on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin. He's here. Now broadcasting from the underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. Just to give you a feel for how we'll be rolling out my new book on power, and we'll be discussing it at length in the different interviews and here, because I believe the subject matter is so crucially important to each and every one of us. I'll be interviewing with Sean Hannity Friday for a segment on his TV show, and he will be interviewing me for a full hour for Sunday's Life, Liberty, and Levin. I will also be doing Fox and Friends Sunday morning, this coming Sunday. I'll be doing Fox and Friends Monday. I lost my place. I'll be doing one other Fox show on Monday, Outnumbered. That's right. I'll be doing Outnumbered. Show I've never done. That'll be fun too. On Monday as well. Then I'll be doing this show. Then I'm going to hustle back to Virginia from New York and New Jersey. And so next Tuesday, we'll start with our friend Larry O'Connor on WMAL. We'll move to KRLA in the morning show there. KTRH in Houston, and their morning show there will be WJR with my friend Paul W. Smith. We'll be doing Sean Hannity's wonderful radio show. We'll also be doing Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, their show. Wednesday, WJNO with our buddy Brian Mudd in the morning. Brian Kilmeade, dear friend, we'll be doing him. I'm not going to go through all of it, but you can see the extent of this. Dallas, Seattle. We'll be doing Martha McCullum's show on next Thursday. We've got our book signing Saturday. Also, just some more would be WTVN, Columbus, Ohio. We'll be doing, let's see here, my buddy Sid Rosenberg is just fantastic. He'll be back from Greece. We'll be doing him in the morning. KCMO, Pete Mundo, KXNT, our buddy Alan Stock. We'll be moving to Boise, Idaho, and we'll be doing Guy Benson's show. He's a great guy. Then that next Tuesday, we'll be in Nashville, Rochester, St. Louis, Tucson, Arizona, Fresno, California. That next Wednesday, Little Rock, Cincinnati, Hartford, Colorado Springs. What do you think, Mr. Producer? I'll be tired, but I'll be excited. WSYR in Syracuse. We have, let's see, WXRR, Birmingham. We'll be in Pittsburgh, WJS. Our Rich Valdez program. The Jay Weber program, WISN in Milwaukee. I'm just looking. Then we have KKNT in Phoenix. My buddy Seth Leibson. We'll be doing a WFLA in Tallahassee. It goes on and on and on, as you can see. So we're very excited about this. And in addition, we'll have the Reagan Library event. We'll have our our event on Saturday, August 2nd at Books and Greetings in Northvale, New Jersey. I hope you can meet us there, 1 p.m. Eastern. The following Saturday, August 9th, 10 a.m., we'll have our event there at Barnes & Noble, the Spectrum at Reston Town Center, Reston, Virginia. Pretty full. And we're adding more. People are interested in joining us with wonderful affiliates and so forth, and we're interested in joining them too. And in about 10 minutes, we will have Matt Talibi on to pursue further the documents that were released by Tulsi Gabbard. You're not going to want to miss this because it's very, very important. Now, we have an ICE agent that was literally shot in the face. Bullet went through his teeth, through his cheek, into his neck, where it still exists, where it still sits, by 2 illegal immigrants, illegal aliens. Kristi Noem at a press conference in New York City today had something to say about this. I think she's terrific, by the way. Cut one, go.
Listen, our officer was off duty on Saturday evening when him and his friend were attacked. They were attacked by 2 individuals that were set on robbing them, and thankfully he had his service weapon with him and was able to defend himself and his friend and injured one of those individuals that was trying to do them harm. His quick action speaks to his tenacity and his excellence in training and skill. And because of that, one of the perpetuators was wounded in this interaction and was incarcerated when he came in to get medical treatment. One of the suspected attackers, the one that was injured, his name is Miguel Francisco Mora Nunez, a Dominican national that was entering into this country illegally back in 2023. He was then released back into this country by the Biden administration. Miguel Francisco Mora Nunez is and has a rap sheet that is a mile long. He was arrested. He was charged with grand larceny and also assault. The state of Massachusetts has an active warrant out for him for armed robbery with a firearm. He also has many other charges against him, such as kidnapping and witness intimidation. There's absolutely zero reason that someone who is scum of the earth like this should be running loose on the streets of New York City. He was arrested 4 different times in New York City, and because of the mayor's policies and sanctuary city policies, was released back to do harm to people and to individuals living in this city. Make no mistake, this officer is in the hospital today fighting for his life because of the policies of the mayor of this city and the city council and the people that were in charge of keeping the public safe. They refused to do so. And now we have the situation on our hand where someone who has dedicated their lives to protecting the public is now fighting for his own. I'm calling on every single mayor and sanctuary city and sanctuary governor to change their policies and to change their tactics right now.
Mm-hmm. Followed by Tom Holman. Cut 2, go.
I'm sick and tired of reading in the media every day how ICE is not doing what the Trump administration has promised, that we're not arresting criminals, that most of the people we're arresting are not criminals. I look at the numbers every day. The numbers I looked at the other day, 130,000 arrests and 90,000 criminals. Do the math, that's 70%. And who are the others? Others are those who have final orders, who had due process at great taxpayer expense. A federal judge ordered them removed, so ICE's job is to remove them. Who are the rest of the people? National security threats. Under Secretary Noem's leadership, they've arrested several hundred Iranian nationals. National security threat. They may not have a criminal conviction, but they need to be detained. They need to be arrested and taken off the streets of this country. Then I read another story about how most people in ICE detention aren't criminals. Now the story is, how bad of a criminal they have to be. I saw a story the other day. Only 1% of the illegal aliens removed were murderers. Are you kidding me? Being in the country illegally is not illegal anymore. You got to commit a murder to be deported. If you look at ICE detention, I'll say it again. Look at detention. Who's in detention? I looked at the numbers this morning. A majority are criminals, have criminal history. Who are the rest? Final order cases, who are judge ordered removed. The others are expedited removal by federal statute demands they be detained. So for the media out there, let's try telling the truth about the men and women of ICE and the men and women of the Border Patrol. I wore that uniform. I was an ICE agent. These are the finest men and women in this country that put their lives on the line every day for this country. I buried Border Patrol agents. I buried ICE agents. Luckily, thank God, we're not burying one today. Enough.
We'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
The FIFA World Cup 26 is coming to North America next summer. It's the ultimate celebration of sports and culture and an opportunity to elevate your company. Get closer to where business meets the beautiful game with a premium hospitality package. Build partnerships in the best seats and suites. Achieve goals over world-class food and beverage. Get closer to wins on and off the pitch. Book a package at FIFAWorldCup.com/hospitality.
Hey, it's Matt, your Leaf Filter Trusted Pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/now to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty, so you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/now. That's leaffilter.com/now.
Packages by Expedia. You were made to be rechargeable.
Hi, Gene. I see your comment. Just came in. I just went there to do something.
Made to travel.
Working at a nuclear plant is safer than working at a grocery store.
The majority of Americans support clean nuclear energy. That doesn't mean
You know, like that.
you can get loud about it. Visit comeclean.energy.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
What's going on inside your teenager's head? Do you know? As a dad of 3 teen girls, I'll be honest, I'm not always sure. But a new Pew Research Center survey sheds a little light on this, and it found, no surprise, teens are feeling a lot of pressure. Boys are feeling pressure to be strong and good at sports. Girls are feeling pressure to fit in socially and to look good. And beyond the superficial, both boys and girls said they found it highly important to find a career that they enjoy, they can make money and cultivate friendships. This is really important. Right now, more girls than boys said they had a close friend they could turn to for support. That's really important because teens are at an age when they're less likely to turn to an adult for support. And if they don't have someone who says, hey, look, this is a problem, you should really talk to a grown-up about it, that could potentially be a problem. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
When you're high, you feel different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
WMAL. Do these 3 words make you cringe? Calcium oxalate stones. If so, then this message will be a huge relief, because now there's a kidney health supplement that has shown in laboratory tests to reduce the rate of calcium oxalate crystal growth by 99%. That's right, 99%. It's called Kidney Cop, Calcium Oxalate Protector, and nothing else comes close to its success. In fact, it has a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Kidney Cop is so innovative, it's been awarded 5 U.S. patents, is recommended by doctors and pharmacists, and is winning rave reviews from people all over the country. You can be one of them. Kidney Cop is super affordable. You can purchase affordable Kidney Cop today by visiting Amazon.com, Walmart.com, or KidneyCop.com. If you cringe when you hear the words calcium oxalate and you worry about reoccurrence, then you need Kidney Cop right away. Purchase Kidney Cop today at Amazon.com, Walmart.com, or KidneyCop.com.
These statements have not been reviewed by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Sponsored by Calcium Oxalate Labs, Inc.
Making sense of your world.
There are a lot of things that really tick me off.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL. Making sense of the news. WMAL. Making.
Hopefully he'll show up eventually. Maybe not. Who knows? Karen Bass, she's the supposed mayor of Los Angeles. I hope you were able to watch the shows over the weekend on Life, Liberty, and Levin. I went into great detail on Saturday night from the philosophical perspective of what's happening to the country in this regard. And then last night I went into what the law is, the immigration law, and that federal law is quite clear. It is very extensive. ICE has enormous authority, as does the Border Patrol. And deportation really occurs in scores of circumstances, including if you're here illegally. Or if you're here illegally and you've been here for a while, you are deportable. And I also pointed out that you don't normally need a warrant to be interrogated, to be held, and so forth and so on. That's under federal law. In federal law,
What in the fuck?
as nullifiers of federal immigration law demonstrates how illegal they are. And that's why I call them the old Confederacy, which we've been doing here for years. Cut 3, her interview with Martha Raddatz at ABC. Go.
How does this end? How do you see the next 6 months, the next 2 years for immigrants in your city?
Well, what kind of a stupid question is that, actually? What kind of a stupid question is that? I mean, it's a question that you would get from a partisan left-wing Democrat. How do they feel? They're going to be rounded up if they're illegal and removed. That's the goal. That's the goal. Go ahead.
Hoping that this reign of terror ends. I'm hoping that the
So it's a reign of terror. Enforcing immigration law is a reign of terror. They use these phrases: reign of terror, dictatorship, wanting to be Hitler, dividing families. You go on and on and on. People are here illegally. They made these decisions, whether it's dividing families or not dividing families. And as they pull at our heartstrings, or try to, just keep in mind, these are the same people, the same media that have all but ignored. Why hasn't ABC News spent a penny doing investigative journalism on all the women, or at least some of the women, who have been trafficked into sex slavery? They don't even care. They don't even mention it. They don't even say anything to this mayor about it. Well, what about this? And what about this? How about unaccompanied minors? How many do you have in your city? She doesn't know what's happening to you in your city. She doesn't have the foggiest idea. What's going to happen to immigrants in your city? Well, they're going to be raped, right? They're going to be sold into sex slavery. They're going to be otherwise abused by the people who bring them here in many instances. Go ahead.
leaves because they were never needed here to begin with. I'm hoping that we can get back to normal. I'm hoping that the next time I come to this restaurant...
What does that mean, get back to normal? Where illegal aliens are just free to come into the country? The last 4 years were not normal. They were abnormal. Again, if you had a real reporter sitting down with her, confronting her, she'd be forced to answer these questions. But they know it's Martha Raddatz, who's an Obama flunky, who's a Democrat flunky. So they're not going to have a problem with her. But there are real questions that could be asked of Bass. From where do you get the legal authority to claim that you're a sanctuary city? To you're defying and violating and undermining federal immigration law passed by Congresses of both parties and signed by presidents of both parties. And what do you mean getting back to normal? Getting back to normal with illegal immigrants coming into the country? Massively so? You know, this idiot Newsom, he's been out there. Oh, he's been really tough going after Trump and Stephen Miller. Oh, yes, he's tough. He's not taking their crap anymore. Donald Trump is celebrating in his first 6 months all his accomplishments, which are so long, I can't even remember all of them, quite frankly. Can Newsom say the same? No. Newsom would have to defend all of his failures, which are also infinite. But I thought to myself, he's a career politician who's failed at everything he's ever done. He's bankrupted the state, right? The state's actually losing population because people need to get out of there in order to survive. He's losing businesses. Many of which actually started in California, been in California, but they just can't handle it anymore. He's losing them too. I mean, this guy is really lousy. Didn't he also cover for Biden? Remember, Mr. Producer, he would go to the White House and say, Joe's doing fine. Joe's doing fine. Not a problem with Joe. So he lied. Do we really want this guy to destroy our country? Let's just be honest. I mean, I'm a Pennsylvanian. It's where I was born. I love my state of Pennsylvania. I've spent much of my adult life in Virginia, now also in Florida. I love all these states. But California was the greatest state. Is there really any debate in terms of the size of its economy, its beauty, and things of that sort? Certainly up there, okay? We can agree on that. Look what they did to it. I mean, California has the resources. It's got the shoreline. It's got everything going for it. And the Democrats destroyed it, as they're about to destroy New York City. They've destroyed it because that's what they do. They destroy things. It's really quite sad. They even destroyed their voting system. Yeah, their voting system. This ranked voting. They have it in New York now, too, the Democrats at least. And I think everybody. And that ranked voting is intended to get people elected with a plurality, not a majority. Lisa Murkowski does that in Alaska. They changed the rules there just for her. Just for her. All right, well, we'll swing back into this. So Tulsi Gabbard comes out with this information and provides the information. And, of course, the Democrats are ready to attack. Here's this guy, Jim Himes, Democrat, Connecticut, absolutely worthless. He's with Margaret Brennan, who's also worthless. She's nasty as hell. Cut 7, go.
Today and yesterday, the director of the intelligence community, Tulsi Gabbard, has said that she is referring for prosecution former American officials she accused of treasonous conspiracy, a years-long coup against President Trump because they assessed Russia had tried
Boy, this
to
is going to be a
influence.
tough question, isn't it, Rich? Go ahead.
This is weeks after the CIA director issued a report critiquing the tradecraft that went into that 2016 assessment. Is there any legal basis for any kind of prosecution here?
I'm sorry, you spoke over there. Is there any what, does she say, for any kind of prosecution? Basis, I guess? What kind of question is that? What does anybody think? Any legal basis? What does anybody think a left-wing Democrat's going to say to that? Go ahead.
None. Absolutely none, Margaret. What you saw from the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi
Thank you.
Gabbard.
That's enough of this guy. None. Absolutely none. We only prosecute Trump. That's it. We don't prosecute Democrats. So why shouldn't they go after Obama? They went after Trump. Why shouldn't they go after Obama? Why is he an untouchable? And why are the former cabinet members and security heads? Why are they untouchable? They're not untouchable. More when we return.
Tonight, mostly clear.
July is here, and that means it's time to celebrate the greatest nation on the face of the earth, the United States of America. Let me tell you something. Birthdays aren't just about fireworks and barbecues. The greatest gift we can give this country right now is to stand up and defend her. That's exactly why AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, exists. AMAC fights every single day to protect the foundational values that built this nation. And in honor of America's birthday, they've got an incredible offer. 5 full years of membership. Hey, stay with me. 5 full years of membership with the Association of Mature American Citizens for $35. That's right. 5 years of standing with patriots, receiving their outstanding magazine, access to unbelievable benefits and discounts, and being part of a national movement to restore common sense in this country. Folks, don't sit on the sidelines. Grab this offer. Trust me, grab it. Go to amac.us/Levin right now. amac.us/LEVIN. Let's give America the gift of more patriots.
In Greenbelt on the BW Parkway northbound, traffic is slow from NASA Goddard to 197. In Prince George's County on 95 southbound, traffic is slow in Calderton between 212 and the Beltway. Now, on the Beltway in Camp Springs, Inner Loop, vehicle fire has 2 right lanes blocked between Branch Avenue and St. Barnabas. On the inner loop of the Beltway in Oxon Hill, you'll find it jammed up between the local lane merge and the Wilson Bridge. And in Bethesda, the outer loop of the Beltway is slow from River Road to the GW Parkway. And now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast.
Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 67. Tomorrow, sunny, high near 85.
Here's a brief message from industry. This ad is brought to you by GSK. We invite you to visit hcp-myelofibrosis-treatment.com to explore data and resources. That's hcp-myelofibrosis-treatment.com. Thanks for listening to the message from industry.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/now to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty, so you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/now. That's leaffilter.com/now.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Is just the thought of spending time decluttering a room in your house enough to make you want to find something else, anything else to do with your weekend? Well, Mary Dozier is a psychology professor at Mississippi State University who specializes in hoarding. Whether you're trying to make a dent in your own home, maybe a parent's or a grandparent's, Dozier says start with this. Write out your values, and every object in your home should feel value consistent for you. Then, defining value consistent goals for using your space can help to maintain motivation as you declutter. Why are you looking to clear out this space? Maybe it's to have a place to work or cook or entertain. When your values conflict, then ask yourself whether keeping or discarding an object will bring you closer to your goals for the space. You'll know the right answer. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
The way to my heart is with the right business tools like QuickBooks. With features that help automate tasks like invoicing, I never have to start from scratch. Business growth is always on the menu. For a limited time, get 90% off QuickBooks Online, Advanced, and Payroll for 3 months. Terms and conditions apply.
Illuminating the issues
There's a whole lot missing here in this story, isn't there?
every day.
Why are we the only ones reporting this?
News Talk 105.9. Making sense of the news.
U.S. soccer fans, get closer to the players, voices, and stories of the beautiful game with the U.S. Soccer Podcast. Megan Klingenberg, Alejandro Bedoya, and host David Gass bring you behind-the-scenes access to U.S. Soccer's 27 national teams, including exclusive interviews, stories, and spotlights. The U.S. Soccer Podcast is out now. Find it wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hey, it's Matt, your Leaf Filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/now to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty, so you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/now. That's leaffilter.com/now.
Making sense of your world.
Greatly appreciated.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
I love listening to you.
Making sense of the news. WMAL. making sense of the roads, because traffic doesn't always follow the pattern. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Defending the red, white, and blue. Join Mark Levin at 877-381-3811.
So Dan Abrams, you may remember him, the Jerry Springer of cable. This guy's got a lot of personalities. He's very schizophrenic, in my humble opinion. Does these weird cable shows. Then he's a newsman with ABC. Then was a newsman with another cable network. And now he's got something called Mediocrite, which is very in many ways anti-Semitic, in my view. And they spew a lot of stuff that really comes from Hamas and other terrorist organizations, or at least the perspective of those people. It's very weird. And they seem obsessed with Alex Jones, who they quote a lot, and so forth and so on. And just a weird group of bumbling buffoons. Nonetheless, this is no scandal. No, what Tulsi Gabbard is saying, I believe Andy McCarthy says something similar. No, it's a scandal. It's a big damn deal. It's amazing how they split hairs, isn't it? We already knew all this stuff. Well, now we have it from the horse's mouth, don't we? Over at Breitbart, Pam Key writes, on this week's broadcast on FNC's Sunday Morning Futures, Director of National Intel Tulsi Gabbard said former President Obama directed a treasonous conspiracy against Donald Trump during his first term. Doesn't that matter, America? Of course it does. She said the implications of this are, frankly, nothing short of historic. Over 100 documents that we released on Friday really detail and provide evidence of how this treasonous conspiracy was directed by President Obama. If just weeks before he was due to leave office after President Trump had already gotten elected. This is not a Democrat or Republican issue. This is an issue that is so serious. It should concern every single American because it has to do with the integrity of our democratic republic. No, but not over at Mediocrite. They're still kind of hung up on the Epstein stuff, and they don't want anything to kind of compete with it. So this is nothing to them. This is just hogwash. Why? Because they're frauds. That's why. She added, what we saw occur here is the documents we released detailed is that we had a sitting president of the United States and his cabinet and leadership team, that would be Obama et al., quite frankly, who were not happy with the fact that Trump won the election, at the American people had chosen Donald Trump to be the next president, commander-in-chief. So they decided they'd do everything possible to try to undermine his ability to do what voters tasked him to do. So creating this piece of manufactured intel that claims that Russia had helped Donald Trump get elected contradicted every other assessment that had been made previously in the months leading up to the election that said exactly the opposite, that Russia neither had the intent nor the capability to quote unquote hack the United States election, the president of the United States. So the effect of what Obama and his senior national security team did was subvert the will of the American people, undermining our president, who was duly elected by the American people. Oh, that's no big deal. Just move along. We've already heard this already. No, we've heard it. But now she has the information from the inside. And this isn't a move along moment. This isn't a moment to dismiss this stuff. This is serious stuff. And it's good that she did it. And I salute her for doing it. I'm not even the biggest fan of hers, but I salute her for doing it. Because it's the right thing to do. And it was good that they dug into it. Just as hopefully they'll dig into what, Smith was doing in this nonsensical, outrageous attack on Donald Trump over the last several years and so forth. Now that we have the keys to the kingdom, we need to look at these things. These aren't conspiracies. This is the real deal. This is the real deal. So people can say, we already knew this about Russia. We already knew. We didn't have this, the fingerprints, the DNA. We didn't have that. So for Dan Abrams to pretend this isn't a big deal, you would expect it from somebody like him to pretend it's not a big deal, given the crap that he does with his career and the squirrel that he's glued to the top of his head. Can I ask you a question? When people wear hair pieces, Mr. Producer, everybody knows they're wearing a hairpiece, don't they? Particularly when it's like a complete helmet job. And so people are staring at your head because they're staring at the hairpiece. And so anytime you look at Dan Avery, you have to understand he's got a big, big nest on his head, or whatever it is, a hairpiece. Big hairpiece. I understand he's opened a restaurant. Oh, yeah. He's opened a restaurant. He's a Renaissance man. It's too bad he doesn't understand the law very well. It's too bad his sight is such crap. In fact, let's go over there and take a look. Just give me a second, America. We are live and national. Let's take a little look, shall we? Hold on here. Mediocreite. That's what I call them, of course. Let's see here. Let's see their great headlines. By the way, this guy, he looks like, there's a video of him. He looks like he's sick. Oh, well, there he is. He's on his own site. This is so dishonest. Dan Abrams systematically dismantles Tulsi Gabbard's alleged Obama scandal, writes Alex Grifter. Now, so here we have his site writing about him. Mediocreite founder and ABC News chief legal analyst Dan Abrams systematically dismantled Director of National Intel Tulsi Gabbard's bombastic new allegations. See how they do this? Bombastic. Against former President Barack Milhouse Benito Obama and officials in his administration. Abrams explained on his YouTube show why Gabbard's accusation that Obama was behind a treasonous conspiracy regarding the Trump-Russia collusion allegations from 2016 is misleading the public in a very dangerous way. Abrams begins his analysis by making clear there are a lot of things out there that you can criticize the Biden or the Obama administration about, and I've done it many times. All right, that's a non sequitur. This isn't one of them. This is so dishonest. So, this device here to help me. So, if you are following right-wing media, you would think there is a major scandal going on with regard to the Obama administration. Let's see how he's systematically undone this. The intel on Russia in 2016 that there's been a new release of documents that potentially could lead to indictments, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually dig into the articles, to the documents, and show you why this is so incredibly dishonest. Let's start with the Director of National Intel, Tulsi Gabbard, who's been leading this, literally accusing Obama of treasonous conspiracy based on what has been released. Abrams goes on to play clips of Gabbard making the rounds in conservative media, particularly on Fox News. So far we hear nothing, right, Mr. Producer? Zippo. Laying out her allegations that Obama somehow laid the groundwork for Trump to be investigated over Russia's attempts to interfere in the 2016 election as some kind of effort as a coup. Quote, Tulsi Gabbard is calling it seditious conspiracy. She's calling for prosecution. She's made a referral to the Department of Justice, and I'm going to actually, well, do it already, you moron. I'm going to actually dig into what they're alleging, because what they're alleging isn't just not, well, I guess he's illiterate too, isn't just not seditious conspiracy, it's not even wrongdoing. Abrams said as he then broke down the various news articles and documents detailing the nothing burger allegations. Key to understanding where Gabbard is misleading the public, according to Abrams, is differentiating between government assessments under the Obama administration that Russia tried to interfere with the actual election infrastructure, like voting machines, versus accusations that Russia tried to sway American voters with cyber campaigns that included the release of hacked materials. So far, it's all bullcrap. Let's go on. Abrams concluded that anyone trying to fully understand the topic must separate out the allegation of someone hacking into election infrastructure, which no administration official claimed they successfully did, versus efforts by the Russians to leak documents, which they did, DNC stuff, efforts to impact the election by swaying public opinion. Honestly, what does this have to do with anything? What does this have to do with anything? There were leaks coming out of the FBI and the intel agencies to the media, putting out a false story. That's her point. So what does this have to do with anything? That's what the allegations were. Don't get fooled, he said. And then they said, listen to the, that's it, Mr. Producer. That must be the best stuff because his boy, Alex Grifter, pulled, I guess, what's the meat of whatever he was talking about. And then look at the headline. Dan Abrams systematically dismantles Tulsi Gabbard's alleged Obama scandal. No, he hasn't. He didn't dismantle anything. He's full of gibberish. He said nothing coherent. Zippo. Of course they tried to set up Trump for the reasons I said originally. I had the articles, one article after another. They were leaking it to the media. They were also leaking lies to the media. We also know the FBI leaked lies to the media. We know they used the FISA court in a criminal way. We know all of this. Looking back, and I could smell it all at the time when I effectively broke the story from the media stories. So he hadn't said a damn thing. Dan Abrams. Back to Epstein, boys. How many times have you told someone, this isn't broken, so don't fix it? That's an old line, isn't it? Now, that's great advice for most things, but not much for a cell phone. See, over time, the battery life fades, the processor can't keep up, and it's fallen in the toilet too many times, that sort of thing, or maybe you cracked the glass. Fortunately, thanks to Pure Talk, your cell phone is something you can replace without feeling guilty. When you switch to Pure Talk this month, they're going to give you a Samsung Galaxy A36 for free, with a $35 qualifying plan. Just $35 a month for talk, text, and data, and a free Samsung phone with scratch resistance, Gorilla Glass, and a battery that lasts all day long. All on America's most dependable 5G network. So look, supporting companies like Pure Talk is a good thing. Number one, it was started by a veteran. Number two, they're patriots. Number three, it's based in America. And you win by cutting your cell phone bill in half as well. They win by hiring more Americans and helping more veterans. Make the switch, Vogue, in as little as 10 minutes. The network is second to none. They use the same tower, second to none. And they charge about half of what the big three charge you. Dial pound 250, say the keyword Mark Levin to get your free phone today. Again, that's pound 250, say the keyword Mark Levin to switch to my wireless company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk. Pound 250, say Mark Levin. Don't get ripped off anymore. Don't wait any longer.
Last piece of banana
I'll be
bread.
right back.
I ate that whole loaf.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
The FIFA World Cup 26 is coming to North America next summer. It's the ultimate celebration of sports and culture and an opportunity to elevate your company. Get closer to where business meets the beautiful game with a premium hospitality package. Build partnerships in the best seats and suites. Achieve goals over world-class food and beverage. Get closer to wins on and off the pitch. Book a package at FIFAWorldCup.com/hospitality.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get leaf filtered, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/now to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty, so you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/now. That's leaffilter.com/now.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
Health misinformation is running rampant, maybe even more so than during the pandemic. Maybe that, or maybe we're just attuned to it. Some of it is probably just noise, and you know in the moment what you are watching or reading is wrong. But there's other articles and posts that can be really dangerous. You know, over the last few years, I came to admire the work of Laurel Bristow. She's an infectious disease researcher at Emory University, where I work, and she's made debunking false claims her mission on social media. To start with, if anything seems too good or too bad to be true, it probably is. She said this on a recent episode of my podcast, Chasing Life. Point being, trust your gut and don't fall into black and white thinking. Science rarely speaks in absolutes, and if someone's trying to sell you something, that's another big red flag. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/today. Ethos.com/today. Most people have no idea there's an invisible gap in their home's protection. This invisible threat is house stealing. Con artists pick a house. They transfer the deed of this house into their name by obtaining the forms, using the fake IDs, and filing the paperwork with proper authorities. Now they own the home. Protect your home from this invisible gap. Check on your home's title right now at HomeTitleLock.com. Be sure to use promo code RADIO, and they will send you a complete title scan of your home's title. And your first 30 days of triple lock title protection is free. HomeTitleLock.com.
Making sense of your world.
I agree with everything you're saying.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
My heart just breaks for what's going on.
Making sense of the news. WMAL. Making sense of social media. Because big tech can't be trusted. Download the WMAL app to stream us for free.
Car Shield, baby. We love Car Shield here. Summer is all sunshine, smiles, and road trips. That is until the hot weather wreaks havoc on your engine. Before you know it, you're waiting for roadside assistance and paying for costly repairs. Now with Car Shield, the heat doesn't have to rob you of your summer fun. Broken AC and electrical problems, they're common in the high heat, and they're expensive. Now where I am right now, in the free state of Florida, it's always very warm, especially in the summer. And exactly where I am, it's very salty. So that, that creates havoc in your car. But that's why I have Car Shield. Now's the time to put your faith in America's most trusted vehicle protection company, Car Shield. Shield yourself from pricey summer breakdowns. You got to be prepared, folks. It's expensive to fix cars nowadays, especially the big parts. Car Shield's U.S.-based representatives are available to help you find the best options for your vehicle to fit your budget. That's very important. They don't just paint by the numbers. Plus, if you call today, Car Shield is offering 20% off your plan. All right, that's the big news. 20% off your plan. Hello. Just call 800-995-4766. Get your free quote. 800-995-4766. And don't sweat the summer. Choose Car Shield. Get 20% off today. That's a big deal. 800-995-4766 or visit carshield.com/Levin, carshield.com/LEVIN or 800-995-4766. I encourage you to do it. Yes, I do. As mentioning to you, over at Amazon.com, they have the deepest discount yet for my new book on power, which comes out literally in 8 days. Technically 7 days. And you can actually acquire the book for less than $20. It's $19 and change. It's quite a nice value, I think. First, we started with the publisher, Simon & Schuster, which is a great publisher. I love working with them. And they've always been very supportive of everything I do, everything I write, just so you know. So they lowered the price. And then with the discount from Amazon.com on pre-orders, it's a 27% discount. The book is less than $20, $19 and I think 48 or 58 cents. Let's say they lower the price even more. You get the benefit of the lowest price up to the day of release, which is next Tuesday. President Trump likes the book. He strongly endorsed it. As you see, we're going to have a number of discussions about the book all throughout the conservative talk radio world, podcast world, as well as on Fox. And I want to thank everybody that is going to host me. These are short interviews. I appreciate it very much. Although this Sunday will be Sean interviewing me for the full hour. And I think you're going to find that interesting. Plus, he's a great interview. I'm a great guest. Do you know that? I'm a great guest. He's a great interview.
I ate that whole loaf of banana bread. Gone.
This Friday night on Fox. And then it kicks in earnest. The book signings and everything else. And but that's not why I do this. It's what's in
This
the
quick.
covers. That's right, of the book. That's very, very important. It's one power. And I want you to get the best deal you can get. And that's the pre-order. The best deal you can get. You're not going to come to any of the books.
Hey, yee, skirt. Tell me why I think you're Zoofless, Angel of the Forest. That dumb fucker. Where the fuck is Zoofless at? Anyways, that goofy motherfucker.
Why?
That's Feline Fee's little friend, JC's friend. Fuck you, JC.
There's no grand jury.
You stupid cunt.
Stuff's tied up with grand juries, with different proceedings.
I shouldn't swear like that.
Then there's the issue of what do we call the Washington football team? The president says we should go back to the Redskins. They have the name Commanders. ESPN's all excited about it. It's all this guy. Forget his name.
Hey, Wiggin, I'm using your name, your real name, with the Palestinian flag.
I just can't remember. It's actually
You might as well be part of Hamas.
Clark. What is his first name?
ISIS still lives, just under a different name.
He does. And so Trump's doing this because, Native Americans don't want to be called Indians. And tribes don't want to be called Redskins.
They're out there making videos of me. Vicky, I told you I am the video. I'm their content. I'm not gonna go to Rum's channel. I fucking cloned him. Fucking, he's been doing this shit. A fucking first year JC stream, he made a video. They were trolling me. JC protects them fuckers. Like Colin C. Rusty, I'm not. If I'm pissed at JC, it's not for what you're thinking it's for. I'm pissed at JC because pretty much she's a hater. She's a selfish fucking bitch. She lies. She uses people. They don't care about being used because they're hateful like she is. This woman actually thinks I wanted to get into her pants right off the bat.
And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty, so you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help.
Where's Chris Cullen? JC, where's your little buddy at? Huh? Where's Bud Webster at? Which one of them fucking stupid Australians is Bud Webster? Almost said Web Buster. Fucking hiring a fucker.
You might want to try sleeping in socks. Yeah, I realize some people think this is nearly blasphemous and reason enough to break up with someone. But one leading sleep expert we talked to explained it like this. When your body is getting ready to go to bed, your core temperature drops a degree or two, making you sleepy, ready to nod off. It's a process called distal vasodilation that works by widening blood vessels in the extremities, particularly your hands and your feet, which increase heat loss through the skin. So, as the skin warms, the core of your body cools. Now, if you're wearing socks, your feet become warmer, more blood flows to your feet, and your core temperature falls faster. Then it's lights out. Look, if you're too hot or you hate it, at least you gave it a shot. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
WMAL-FM Woodbridge, WMAL Washington.
I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. Prison time for a former Louisville police officer at the center of the 2020 raid that
One night they were having trivia on JC's panel. And the question asked was, what bird has legs but can't walk? And the answer is supposed to be a hummingbird. Bullshit. A hummingbird can perch and walk. You got DA running around. Oh, I'm king of trivia. I know more than everybody. I'm the smartest guy here. I'm the best comedian. FDU. Oh, solid logic. Oh, solid Sebastian. Solid Mad Jim. Solid Rum. Solid Whippermantle. Wiggin, you wouldn't last fucking 30 seconds. Come on up here, fucker. I dare you. Go live. I'll come to your chat right now. I'll come to your panel. You gonna let me up? I'll come up and see what you do.
Fox's special report with Brett Baer, and he says Iran's nuclear enrichment program is a matter of national pride.
5'8" and 183 pounds.
Bombings by the U.S., but he says they will start again. 2 suspects in custody after a Border Patrol officer was shot at a New York City park on Saturday.
Investigators say the victim, not in uniform, fought back against an attempted robbery and pulled out his service weapon after one of the suspects.
Yeah, I timed you out for 24 hours. Fuck you. I really don't want to see you. You don't have anything interesting to say. You don't. First time I see that handle was in JT's chat, and it's a new handle. So that's just the same person with a different name. One of you.
Found guilty of raping 3 women he lured to his Gaithersburg tattoo studio.
Eduardo Valdivia offered the women free tattoos and promised them modeling contracts to promote his work.
He selected systematically vulnerable, unsophisticated young girls.
Montgomery County State's Attorney John McCarthy.
This is one of the most dastardly, evil, schemed crimes I've seen in 40 years.
He says they'll be seeking the maximum penalty when Valdivia is sentenced in October. Heather Curtis on WMAL and WMAL.com.
D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser asked about President Trump's threat to block a new Commanders stadium at RFK if this team doesn't revert to the Redskins name. When asked if she's worried he'll sink the deal.
What I'm concerned about is we haven't done our part. And so we need to complete our part so that the team can get to work.
Commanders owner Josh Harris said in April they're keeping the Commanders name. The city's exclusive negotiating deal with the team ended last week. The council will have public hearings on the stadium deal next week. And the Metropolitan Police Department says there were no violations or arrests that occurred during its second juvenile curfew zone this past weekend, but they did have 17 curfew stops in the hours after citywide. The juvenile curfew zone went into effect from 8 to 11 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights, followed by a D.C. citywide curfew from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. 7 News says the curfews were prompted following a plethora of incidents, including arrests and fights in prominent areas around D.C. WMAL News time is 8:04. I'm Sharon Reardon, and now here's your WMAL traffic and weather from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
In D.C., 395 southbound traffic is slow from the 67th Street exit to the Southwest Freeway exit. No delays being reported on 295 and 695. On to the Beltway. Maryland side, you're good to go in Prince George's County and in Montgomery County. In Virginia, the Beltway is clear on the inner loop and on the outer loop. No delays being reported on 66 in Fairfax County. In 95, it's southbound in Lorton. Traffic is jammed up between the Lorton exit and 123. And now from GarageDoorRepair.com to WMAL Storm Watch 7 forecast. WMAL.
Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 67. Tomorrow, sunny, high near 85.
The S&P 500 closed today 50 points up. You didn't inherit your future. You built it. One paycheck, one sacrifice, one smart decision at a time. Why let the policies in Washington squander your success?
I'm Joseph Credante, CEO and co-founder of Alio Capital. I founded Alio Capital to offer a different path from the establishment, one that prioritizes long-term thinking and portfolio construction over trading. Alio has an AI-powered macro investing app that makes the complex simple. It combines adaptive learning systems that focuses on the powerful forces that shape markets, economics, policy, and politics.
Alio Capital's Altitude AI is a proprietary tool designed to analyze these macroeconomic and their potential impact on your portfolio. Download our app today in the App Store or Google Play. Text Altitude to 511 511. ALLIO Capital. Text Altitude to 511 511.
Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Past performance does not guarantee results. See terms and conditions. Tax fees may apply.
Not just a hotel, a suite with a soundtrack. Motif on Music Row. I always book Motif right on historic Music Row. It's where comfort meets creativity. Think full kitchens, in-room washer and dryer, fitness center, rooftop pool, on-site parking, even a warm welcome for your pup. Oscar loves it here almost as much as I do. Steps away from Eats venues in the soul of Music City. Motif on Music Row. Stay somewhere that hits the right note. Book your suite now at motifonmusicrow.com.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811. 877-381-3811. Let's look at this here. Where did I go? Oh, here it is. From JNS, one of the great news services out there, Jewish News Service. Biden administration let not ready for this one. Let $900 million in federal funds go to terror. An anti-Netanyahu protest. House panel says this. House panel put this information out. The House Judiciary Committee released a memo based on 380 documents it received in a probe of 6 nonprofit organizations. This is the U.S. Agency for International Development. This is why Trump got rid of it, because this was a left-wing, basically bank. Hundreds of billions of dollars pouring out to left-wing causes. The left-wing causes. And anti-American causes, like this. The U.S. Agency for International Development, U.S. State Department, and other federal agencies under the Biden regime failed to prevent nonprofits from using more than $900 million, almost $1 billion in taxpayer funds to oppose Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and to support terror groups, according to the House Judiciary Committee. This report was released on Thursday. On Thursday, the committee released a memo based on these 380 documents it received in a probe of 6 nonprofits called Blue White Future, Movement for Quality Government in Israel, PEF Israel Endowment Fund, Jewish Communal Fund, Middle East Peace Dialogue Network, and Rockefeller Philanthropy Advisors. According to the House panel, PEF Israel Endowment Fund sent more than $884 million to groups involved in anti-democracy protests in Israel. And Jewish Communal Fund allocated more than $42.8 million to groups that fund an organizer of anti-judicial reform over there, which is something Netanyahu and his party have pushed for because they have a judicial tyranny right now. The panel added the Biden administration, the Biden-Harris administration, provided U.S. government funding to terrorist-linked NGOs. According to the memo, federal funds flowed to Rockefeller Philanthropy Advisors. Can you imagine what John Rockefeller, he must be spinning in his grave like a dreidel, which funded PEF Israel Endowment Funds, which in turn distributed monies to Blue White Future. See how they launder the money from one group to the other, which the House committee describes as radical anti-Netanyahu organization. That is the Blue White Future Fund. They say the committee's oversight shows that Blue White Future, a key player in the anti-Netanyahu protests, may have been a downstream recipient of U.S. grant funding The House panel noted the fungibility of money, the ability to easily replace one set of funds with another set of funds of equal value. Suggests the PEF donations may have included funding that originated with the United States government. More broadly, when an NGO, non-governmental organization, receives government funding for a project, it can use the money previously earmarked for the project on something else which it would have otherwise not been able to fund. Among the memo's claims of support for terrorism is at least 900,000 having gone to Bayadr Association for Environment and Development, which the document says is connected with Hamas since 2016. Get a look. Bayadr Association of Environment and Development is connected to Hamas. Would you guess? Most recently, USAID issued a grant to Bayadr on October 1, 2023, just 6 days before the Hamas terrorist attacks against the Israeli people. The Republican Jewish Coalition called the memo's findings outrageous and said the Biden-Harris administration transferred nearly $1 billion to left.
I'd take CB over JC any day.
Nonprofits too. In Israel,
at least I know what she looks like. I would.
The democratically elected government.
It's matters of the heart, not what you look like.
Boy, Biden was busy, wasn't he? Trying to imprison Trump, trying to overthrow Netanyahu. His people were anyway.
I'd choose her over JC any day.
Investigations are ongoing. That's pretty shocking.
JC's a fucking skank. I mean, what the fuck would I want with that?
Yeah, I think it's very shocking. It's outrageous. Those are our tax dollars. Our tax dollars. And I wonder what Dan Abrams
Patrick Rose saying no more Mr. Nice Guy. And there's JC letting somebody clone my mother. I see it.
Oh, I don't think it unravels.
Fuck you,
anyway.
JC, you cunt.
That's the Judiciary Committee.
You are a cunt. A fucking smelly muff hole motherfucker.
Quite important. Here's AOC.
You fucking flatter yourself, think that I want to get in your pants.
Sandy Cortez, right, Mr. Producer?
One ignorant
AOC
fucking
slates
Canadian
progressive
right there.
courts for lying
You too,
about
doggo
Biden
mama. I don't know who
policies
you are.
against the fight.
I have an idea who you
Oh,
might
yes, you
be,
do.
but I can't be sure.
Sandy Cortez is blasting people within her own party for lying about
Fuck
her
you,
position during
JC.
a key round of government funding votes last week. What did Sandy do now? Google is free. If you're saying I voted for military funding, you're lying, she said. Receipts attached. Sandy wrote alongside several screenshots showing her vote no on Republicans' military funding bill. Don't worry. We conservatives know that you're good for nothing. So don't worry. We know. Drag me for my positions all you want, but lying about them doesn't make you part of the left. If you believe neo-Nazis are welcome and operating in good faith, you can have them. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. The New York City Democrat got broadsided from her left over her vote on a specific amendment aimed at blocking U.S. funding for Israel's Iron Dome, though it did not make it into the final bill, which Sandy voted against. The Democratic Socialists of America criticized her for voting against an amendment by Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, Marjorie Trader Greene. There were 6 no votes. Marjorie Trader was one of them. Massey was the second, and then the 4 kook Democrats, like Talib. They voted against an amendment that would have blocked $500 million in funding for the Israeli military's Iron Dome program. So they don't even believe Israel should defend itself. A lot of this missile technology that Israel has developed over the decades is being shared with the United States for free, just so you know, and should be. Should be. Now, the Commie Party that calls itself the Democratic Socialist Party noted that Sandy did vote against the defense funding bill by itself, thereby voting against funding for the imperialist military-industrial complex and the Israeli genocide, is what they say. But the group added, we were further deeply disappointed by her clarifying statement on her position on the Iron Dome. Along with other U.S.-funded interceptor systems, the Iron Dome has emboldened Israel to invade or bomb no less than 5 different countries in the past 2 years. These are the Marxist Islamists. Israel's invading and bombing 5 different countries. It's surrounded. It's under attack. It's defending itself. This is where they stand. This is like this Mamdani nut job. The DSA commented that Representative Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Summer League of Pittsburgh, Al Green, not the singer, Democrat, Texas, voting against the amendment. And this, of course, was Marjorie Trader Greene's move here. She's so lovely. Isn't she, Mr. Producer? Anyway, Sandy posted after the vote, Marjorie Taylor Greene's amendment does nothing to cut off offensive aid to Israel, nor end the flow of U.S. munitions being used in Gaza. Of course I voted against it. What it does do is cut off defensive Iron Dome capabilities while allowing the actual bombs killing Palestinians to continue. You know, the funny thing is all Hamas has to do is surrender, but those of us who actually know the facts, follow the news, the real news from the ground, Hamas not only is killing Israelis, it's killing Palestinians, slaughtering them. And it's been doing so for a long time. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS. Call Civic Tax Relief for free information now. Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
Just call 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908. 800-841-0908.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-242-3186. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-242-3186. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-242-3186.
Sponsored by Coast One Financial Group. WMAL, making sense of the news. Live from the Home Paramount Pest Control Studios. Home Paramount, the leader in pest control since 1939.
Looking to earn passive income? Well, now's the perfect time to rent out your property. With high demand and rising rental rates, you can profit greatly. You know who can make this easy for you? Renters Warehouse DC Nova, because they do all the work for you. Renters Warehouse specializes in hassle-free property management for rentals, and they're local experts in housing laws across Northern Virginia and Washington, D.C. to keep your rental compliant, protected, and profitable. From finding you the right tenant, rent collection, handling maintenance work, or any late-night phone calls, Renters Warehouse does it all. You just collect the checks. If you have a home or portfolio of homes to rent, or if you've inherited a home, or you're a military family on the move, find out how much your property will rent for with a free rental analysis from Renters Warehouse DC Nova. Call 571-517-1525, 571-517-1525, or visit rwdcnova.com. rwdcnova.com.
Higher inflation and higher interest rates could be coming, but bonds are still beating stocks so far this year. How should we think about positioning for stability and cash flow in a more volatile world? Tune in every week as we discuss the latest financial trends and how to become a better informed, wise investor. Listen to us at The Wise Investor Show at RaymondJames.com/The Wise Investor Group, or just find us on your favorite podcast app. Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC.
With everything happening in the world today, escalating global conflicts, shaky supply chains, an unstable power grid, millions of Americans are taking action now instead of waiting for the next crisis. That's why My Patriot Supply is offering an exclusive deal on their best-selling 3-month emergency food kit. This kit provides over 2,000 calories a day for 3 months with breakfast, lunch.
I guess I have to stick to my motto. I gotta let this fucker up, CB.
Packed in sturdy.
I'm right in the right mood, too. Where the fuck is my arrow? There it is. I need to roll fresh joint, too, I guess.
Syria. Well, why? Because of how many different diverse factions there are. There's Kurds, there's Alawites, there's Druze, there's
Let me try it again. There's a gremlin running around.
We're going to have to do it without Islamic law under a Sharia, but rather through a secular democracy. But that's not happening. And our envoy there, I don't know what he's thinking. He seems to be following the same old playbook of treating Muslims like, with a bigotry of low expectations, where we're sort of destined to be theocrats, which is absurd. Tom Barak, as the ambassador to Turkey, is basically doing Erdogan's work, allowing the Hamas playbook, which is you engulf.
I'm not going anywhere yet.
Do it through anti-Semitism and a hate of the other, and then you say, "Oh, I didn't start the radicalism," but you basically radicalize your community. And we maintained the Hamas as an FTO, as a foreign terrorist organization, even though they were elected. And we should have done the same thing with the Brotherhood. And Ann Patterson, Obama's ambassador, was yelling at me at the time. And as I wrote in Fox News today, we're going to make the same mistakes as the Obama administration made in Egypt if we don't.
Jeez, I got company.
Now, as this nascent government and my ancestors are trying to come out of this.
Well, let me
years of dictatorship.
Nope.
Let me focus in on Syria here as well now.
Just turn it around.
The Israelis have a significant Druze population, 800,000, a country of 910 million. And they're very close. And they're assimilated into the Israeli country, as are, by the way, other Arabs and Christians and Muslims, too. And so this is right on their border. They warned the Syrian military.
Yeah. Burp. Barack. I need to say Barack when I do that. Barack. Burp.
To protect Israel. Because as you point out, Turkey now.
Do I need to roll fresh joint?
Erdogan is a Islamist. And so, but here's my problem. They're slaughtering these people. I have a video of them cutting a heart out of a young guy while he's alive. And it was so grotesque. I mean,
he wasn't alive once they got to the heart.
Hospitals and slaughtering people and so forth and so on. So these
did they use a rib spreader on that?
Are the only country, the only people who are trying to defend these people.
Well, your heart's probably about,
and this guy, the envoy, gives an interview with AP News, and he says that Netanyahu's complicating things. What does he mean complicating things, Zudi? What is he talking about?
Complicating things only for one group and one faction. That's the Islamist ideologue, whose worldview is that the legal system, the national identity, has to be political Islam. And Jolani, whose name is now shut out of the current interim president, who's taking these 5 years to, eventually get elections, basically it has put into place Sharia law. He hasn't disavowed himself from his Islamist roots of Al Qaeda.
Remind people what he used to be. Remind people.
So he used to be the head of Al Nusra Front, which was an Al Qaeda transformation that was a ISIS adjacent organization, radical terror group in northern Iraq and into Syria. It then became ISIS, another radical Islamist group. Was on the FBI most wanted list for 10 years, from 2013 to 24.
He was.
Just a few weeks
By
ago.
name. He was on the list.
Exactly. And just a few weeks ago, Secretary Rubio, and listen, I understand they made them no longer an FTO. They want to give them a chance to succeed, but that's a bigotry of low expectations. We need to start doing what Israel has done. The reason Assad is gone is because of Israel. They said, you know what, you're not going to allow Iran to use Syria as a client state, and they're gone. So before Barack and others say, well, we criticize Israel, Syria wouldn't be if the state it is today, dreaming about democracy, would still be stuck in the half a century of Assad tyranny if it wasn't for what Israel did from September to November last 2024 as it sealed off Hezbollah and
things are pretty quiet right now.
Troops from Iran, etc. So all of that is all about the worldview of the Islamists that's in a bigotry of low expectations, sort of giving Muslims this participation prize of democracy rather than holding them accountable to Western values. And that's what Israel is doing, saying, listen, the Jews have been loyal members of the IDF and our society. They have one of the 4 religious courts in Israel are Druze. So they're saying, listen, we're going to protect them and allow that buffer zone, and that will be an example of how to protect the Christians, how to protect the Kurds and other minorities, that there's going to be open season if we don't start. And I hope President Trump, from the bully pulpit of the White House, says, you know what, we're not going to tolerate this. Yes, we looked at sanctions a few weeks ago, but that can ratchet right back if they don't get their act together and start working with the all communities in Syria.
Did you ever think you'd see Zuhdi Jasser? He was an American Muslim. Did you ever, and a Syrian ancestry? Here you have Israel trying to protect these people, and Israel's coming under attack from us? I don't get it. Being criticized? What is it? What is it that they're supposed to do? Just watch as people are being slaughtered? What's that?
Exactly, Mark. This is why the propaganda of anti-Semitism, of the global interest of Al Jazeera, Qatar state television, etc., radicalizes all, because no matter what Israel does, no matter how protective, how democratic, and how much of a prevention of greater war it is, it's deemed to be negative and it's deemed to be the problem rather than actually part of the solution for those who are our real allies. Giuliani will never be an ally of the West, just like Erdogan truly has no business being in NATO, and his worldview is not about the West, but rather about Islamist ascendancy, and him being a caliph. And Syria now went from being an Iranian client state to being a Turkish client state, and unfortunately our ambassador there really is not helping the Syrian people. We really care about, and this is why in my piece I wrote, if we really care about the Syrian people, we will demand, as human beings, as a physician, I demand, as a Syrian American, that they work with all groups equally and not just let the Darwinian policy of the 20th century sort of Game of Thrones continue.
When we come back, Zuhdi Jasser, this outlet Axios, in this report in particular, by Ravid, he was a main scribe for the Biden regime, and now he seems to be a main scribe for the isolationists and others. And also, he's been consistently had a hate on for Netanyahu and Likud and the leadership over there. What do you make of him, or what do you make of Axios? When we come back, I'm curious, because they seem to be more than happy to write this stuff up while people in Syria, and they're Syrians, are being slaughtered. We'll be right back.
WMAL.
How many times have you told someone, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Well, that's great advice for most things, but not so much for a cell phone. See, over time, the battery life fades, and it's fallen in the toilet perhaps one too many times. Fortunately, thanks to Pure Talk, your cell phone is something you can replace without feeling guilty. When you switch to Pure Talk this month, they're going to give you a Samsung Galaxy A36 for free with a $35 qualifying plan. Just $35 a month for talk, text, and data, and a free Samsung phone, a scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass, and a battery that lasts all day. All on America's most dependable 5G network. Look, supporting companies like Pure Talk is a really good thing. You win by cutting your cell phone bill in half. They win by hiring more Americans and helping more veterans. Make the switch in as little as 10 minutes. Dial pound 250, say keyword Mark Levin to get your free phone today. That's pound 250, say Mark Levin. Switch to my wireless company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/now to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty.
I feel like
So
I'm
you're
fat,
protected for
but I'm
good.
not.
We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/now. That's leaffilter.com/now.
Finding the right business tool.
All right, last call.
On QuickBooks.
I'm leaving.
Tasks that burn me out, like matching business transactions, taken care of. More time for my catering business to grow. For a limited time, get 90% off QuickBooks Online, advanced and payable for 3 months. Terms
I
and
gotta
conditions
pick up my
apply.
kitchen.
Ever get the feeling you're being watched online? It's data brokers. They collect your personal info, your browsing habits, where you live, and who you're related to, and then sell it to the highest bidder. Aura helps stop that. Aura automatically removes your personal info from data broker sites and keeps it off. It also monitors the dark web, protects your
In case anybody
devices,
wanna come
alerts
up.
you to real-time threats and more. Start your free
There
trial
it
at
is.
aura.com/listen. That's AURA.com/listen for your free trial.
I'm Kiana, and I leveled up my business with Shopify. Once I figured out that Shopify was a thing, I never turned back. I can create a site with my eyes closed. Shopify thinks ahead of us, and it thinks about the customer more than anything. Every day I'm thinking about some other new business, but Shopify is doing it to me because it's so easy to use. It's like I can't stop. I'm addicted.
Start your free trial
I
at
missed it.
Shopify.com. Looking for a Super Duty without the super price tag? Bob Johnson Ford of Pulaski wants to see you behind the wheel of the iconic Super Duty, and that's why they're doing $7,000 off MSRP. Check out Bob Johnson Ford's massive selection of Super Duties in stock and bring one home with a massive $7,000 discount.
All right, time to take a break. Oh,
Bob Johnson Ford.
hey, I have a visitor.
Capera Drive or BobJohnsonFord.com. See store for details.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, it's Matt,
Hi.
your Leaf Filter trusted pro.
How are you?
Part of the home.
I'm about ready to go take a nap. Take a break.
Okay, I just wanted to say hello. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's face it, cleaning gutters
They'll have you, me,
Any-
and me and CB doing a threesome before the end of the night. You know that, right?
Is CB here?
She was. She's got a wrench in my chat. Of course she's here. She ain't gonna miss it.
Well, let me just tell you, people don't ever give me credit. I know, when I first got into chat, I was very, very messed up. I know I was. But then people just don't give me any credit that I have tried my ass off to make myself different so I do not act crazy. And it drives me crazy that people don't understand that.
Well.
But you only need one. To learn how you can
And you
save
want to know why a lot of men are so crazy? is because I know, another thing is that I realized why people might be a little bit upset with me, because every man I've ever that have been in chat, besides Bob, everybody else I have turned down. And then I wonder why they get mad at me. Like let's say, I think everybody in chat I've turned down, really seriously turned down, except for him. I've turned down. And then I wonder why they don't have legions to me.
These leakers.
See, I'm not fucking dumb. I'm not so dumb. I'm not so narrow-minded that I can't grasp the concept. If you turn down a man, they're going to be negative towards you.
Israel making things
right?
What do they want him to do? They just
You want to know what I think?
be dead, not even play dead.
No. Yeah, but no.
We just want to use Israel for the.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking if you want to know.
Okay, tell me, but don't be telling me everything.
Shouldn't
nice.
Shouldn't these have been issues long ago when you were like a teenager before you became an adult?
I know. You got me there. You got me there. But see, back in them there days, I had invincibility of having every single thing
You
I
wanna do
ever
me a
wanted
favor?
come true.
You want to do Billy a favor?
Yeah.
That has stood with them since the inception of Israel and served them.
Yes.
He might not be there right now. Never mind. No, I won't ask you right now. You did good last time for me. I appreciate you going in there and doing that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, but let me just tell you something. I want to talk sure, I have acted crazy on here, but my life has been crazy. I mean, I had my business taken away twice. I had it another time and I didn't act crazy then. I acted properly. I hurt my back.
I think the only problem you have is when you went bungee jumping and you hit your head on the ground. That's what I think.
And let you know, it's not done by the feet. It's done by the harness and on your body. It's not done by the feet. It's done by the trunk of your body. It's not done by the head. So let you know.
Even in the Jewish population in New York, I'm like, what are you guys thinking? This is not.
I never banged but Whistler Bungee, they do it the better way, the safer way.
For at least the
So you never are. You're more foot first than head first.
Because you can't really be people of faith and vote for somebody like this.
I know.
Who keeps attacking your faith. I mean, it's just.
Well, I'm just letting you know. You know what you should do one day, just for shits and
But I want to
giggles?
get back to this.
You should go and watch me bungee jumping. Not me bungee jumping from Whistler, and do it in 07 that season, and because then you could see how far it looks down. It was really scary doing that.
Over here now, it's off
Oh, yeah.
over there. That sort of thing. I mean,
It's a good way to, if you have a fear of heights, it's a good way to get over it. I'd like to see Randall do that. You know, Randy, he's afraid of heights. Randy is.
I used to be afraid of heights. Now I can go on ladders. See, I can get over anything, but people don't ever give me the credit that I deserve. I know I used to act wackadoodle, but I had no business. And then this and that happened. And then, but the thing is that no one ever gives me credit. Me and that person that we had that big problem with, or me and him, don't you think that's wonderful, Billy? Billy, come here. I got to ask you something, seriously.
I'm listening.
But don't But don't you think that it was amazing that I went out of my own brain wanting to help myself, going to go get counseling about Bob Barker, me realizing it, then me forgiving Bob Barker to so much in my soul. But listen,
But
listen to me.
You gonna let me talk too? You gonna
Yeah.
stop a minute and let me respond? All right, I might think of something when you're saying something. It's like you're screaming at me. All right. Now I forgot what I was going to say about JC because I want to talk about JC and what a dumb fuck she is. You don't mind that, do
Yeah,
you?
but I want to talk about. I want to talk
No,
about people.
I
Like
want to talk.
people don't
You're her
ever let
fellow
me
Canadian.
forget about it.
What is stuck up her fucking ass about Billy Hayden, anyways? What is her fucking problem?
I have no idea, and you have to take that up with her. I don't know her
There is
brain.
no
She
taking
has
up.
a brain, her own brain,
Yeah,
and
she knows.
I can't deal.
Call me
No, the thing is,
bipolar, and she's the one that's fucking bipolar.
but I know,
Wants
but let
me
me
out of her
talk to you
chat, and
about
then she
stuff.
fucking lets all the clones and sits there and talks
But
about
I
me.
know, but I want you to talk to, like, I want you to acknowledge all the stuff I did so that I could get rid of that. So that, like, if me and Bob Barker, if I ever went to Florida, I would sit down and have a joint with him.
Yeah.
Don't you honestly? Like, I love the guy
I was
now
on the panel with
because
him a
it's
couple
all
times. He tried to
over.
tell me he was a genius.
Who?
Bob Barker said, I met him. He said he's a genius. He trolled me on JC's panel.
He's a genius.
I don't want to
Yeah,
talk about
right.
Bob Barker. I want to talk about your fucking fellow Canadian, JC. She's a fucking
Okay.
problem. She has a fucking serious problem. I want you to go into her chat and troll Patrick Rowe for me.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I want you to.
I know you want me to, but I'm not
I would
going to do
like
it.
you
But
to
I
do it.
wanted
That
to
would be
talk to
really
you.
nice if you did.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah, I
all
will
kinds
do.
of
Hey,
you,
listen to
Justine.
me. If you let
No,
me do
you
my
listen
rant,
to me.
I'll
Wait,
do it for you.
no, you listen to me because that's what's
Okay.
going on. I don't care about you and Bob Barker and all that shit.
No,
All
but
right?
I'm telling you,
That's
like
not important.
there's a
That's
lot.
not important right now. If I had a
Okay.
picture of your dead mother and I was using it, what would you do?
I would be really mad at that person. I would probably
If I
block
made
them and have nothing to
accusations
do with it.
like you kicked your wife in the stomach and that's why she had an abortion or whatever, how would that make you feel? That
Not
fucking bitch
good.
doxed my mother. I didn't give a shit about me. My address is public. You can go to the fucking post office and get the fucking thing. That's how she got
Okay,
it.
but
in the first place.
okay. All
Not
right.
this
Bye.
address.
Have a good day. I can't say the stuff that I needed to say.
Okay,
And you
well,
can't and you why can't you at least acknowledge all
because I
this,
don't want to
like,
hear
can't
about Bob. I'm here to talk about
no,
JC and fucktard Jarl. That's why I'm here.
I will talk about Jarls. So how, like, this is going to be divorce number 5. I'll talk about Jarls till the cows come home. That he's fucked up his
Well,
life
I'm
again.
kind of
That
listening
he
to
thinks
Mark.
that he thinks
Hey,
this dot
hold
bitch
on,
is going to make his
hold
kid
on, hold
macaroni.
on.
Right.
Calm down. I'm
Mm-hmm.
able to listen to two people at the same time when they talk, if they're at the
Okay.
same level. You get louder than my program does. I could turn this fucker up
Oh,
and drown you out.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that
You're
I'm
at war,
loud.
Justine. See, you don't run a stream, right?
Yeah.
Okay? And fucking Jaro and his fucking bitch JC, right? They want to troll me. So it's a big troll game.
Yeah, but
So,
I just would like
that's
to
the
talk,
issue. I
like,
don't care about your personal life or your
no,
online
Jarls. Like,
relationship,
if you
right?
want to talk smack about Jarls, I'll talk Jarls. I'll
Well,
know
if you
and
talk
tell him
about
some
JC, you're
truth.
talking about Jaro because they're interchangeable.
They're not.
Yes, they are. Jaro's
No,
stuck
they're
up.
not.
Jaro has JC fight his battles all the time. Every time I get the better of Jaro, he cries to JC. He uses JC against me. He has from day one. And they're both a couple of
Well,
chicken
if
shit.
that is true, then if that is true, then JC's got to wise up to that. That's all I'm
She's
saying.
not. She's her and her little fucking friends are gonna continue because, you know, JC's a Canadian liberal. She's a dumb fucker. She's stuck.
Well, no, JC
Listen,
is a
listen
Canadian
to me.
conservative.
No, I want you to listen to me about JC. Biden come in. She didn't win the bet on the election. He fucking lost. But when he come into office, he stopped the oil production, and it cut a lot of Canadian jobs. She sat there and didn't give a fuck. As long as she's got hers, whatever. So come to Canada and everything is fucking free. You can even commit suicide. Your country will assist you in your own suicide. That's fucked up.
Well, the thing is
there.
that if you call it
Okay. She sits
All
there
right.
and she lets people trash America and she lets people attack other people from her chat. She sits there with 20 fucking wrenches and you can't really respond because, I mean, I did it over the years, but it was something for her to do. I've been her fucking content since she went live.
But can I just tell you something for serious? Because me and JC actually had a conversation about this. JC is a Canadian conservative. She's a conservative.
There is
I'm a
nothing
liberal.
conservative about that woman. Not one thing.
I swear to God, you ask her and she'll say she's a conservative from Canada.
She's not a conservative. She doesn't even know what the word means.
You ask her what she's voted
can't
for.
ask her. I'm
And
banned
I
from
tell
the
you
chat.
something. She did not vote for Justin. She didn't vote for Justin the second time. She
not
didn't
a
vote for
conservative.
Justin the third time. And she
fucking
voted
lefty.
conservative, and
She's
then
a
a conservative.
lefty. She lies. She doesn't even vote.
She votes. She's in the government. She votes, and she's a conservative.
She's a liar. Period.
She is not a liar. She's a conservative.
Is a liar.
I know the difference between a liberal and a conservative. And she's a Canadian conservative, and I'm a liberal.
Your fellow citizen JC is a goddamn fucking liar.
Well, she's voted conservative. She's never
Don't
voted
care
for
what
Justin.
she can say all she
She's
wants.
never voted for Justin, and she didn't vote for Carney.
She's a liar. Who cares? She's a liar.
And she's never voted NDP. She doesn't vote NDP. She doesn't vote NDP.
Who gives a fuck? She's a lefty.
She's not conservative. She's not liberal.
She is not
She is conservative.
She's not Justine.
She is conservative. She's never voted for. She's never voted for. She's never voted for Justin, and she's never ever voted for Carney. She never voted for Carney or Justin.
Look at you. And Jason's
I'm not kidding you. She has never voted for Justin or Carney. So what does that lead her? And she's never voted for an NDP.
Oh, wow. How many
Where
times
else
you going to
does she
say it?
is?
She's not a conservative. It doesn't matter who she voted for. She sucks as a streamer.
It does.
And she
If she
attacks
was
Americans.
if she was
Fuck you, Justine.
for liberal,
Fuck you
she
and
would have
fuck
voted for
Jason.
Justin and Carney like I did.
Struggle Mama
And
sucks.
I
You
am
guys
liberal,
fucking
so
suck.
I
You
voted for
suck,
Justin for
Justine.
2 times
You fucking
in.
suck.
I'm not kidding you. She's different. She thinks different from
You're
me.
kidding you. You're begging me. You're begging me to change my mind about JC, and I'm not going to do it.
She's
So
not. She's
begging.
not a
Go
liberal.
there. Go
I'm
there.
a liberal.
Oh, hey, listen. Go
I'm a
there and
liberal.
tell her not to let anybody use my mother's picture in her chat. I dare you. Go ahead. Do it now.
Well, I think that is terrible, and
Go
I'll
ahead.
say it. And in my way, I will. I will say it because that is wrong.
Nah, I'm sick of you, Justine. Go fucking play.
Is the first and only FDA-approved therapy to treat adults with ISM. Ayvakit is not recommended for the treatment of patients with ISM with platelet counts below 50,000.
That's one dumb motherfucker right there. That's one. JC, that's your fucking girl right there. You guys would be fucking swapping spit again. Go away, Justine. I'm done. I don't want to talk to you.
Watch Lori's full story at avakitstories.com. Safety considerations.
Seriously.
Adverse reactions can occur with Ayvakit use, depending on the severity. Withhold
Yeah, I'm going to end this broadcast anyways.
reduced dose upon improvement.
I got to go clean my kitchen up.
Ayvakit may cause photosensitivity reactions. Advise patients to limit direct ultraviolet exposure during treatment and for 1 week after
JC is not a conservative. Nothing conservative about her. She's a fucking lefty. She's a Trump hater. Justine, get that through your fucking head.
And for 6 weeks after the final dose.
All right, I'll be back later, everybody. Thanks for coming. Fuck you, JC. I'll be back. You too, Wiggin.